Let's head in the ring for the official introductions with Britt Talbert.
Right here in Boise, Idaho. Please make some noise and let's welcome Josh Oquendo. And fighting out of the blue corner to my left, also making his MMA debut with us this evening, weighing in at 155 pounds, standing 5 feet 5 inches tall. He proudly represents Sklavos MMA from Twin Falls, Idaho. Let's welcome Sonny Short Notice Silva. Our referee for the first fight of the evening is Mr. Tom Subnet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Our first fight of the evening, Josh Oquendo, Sonny Silva, two fighters, that is, making their MMA debut tonight. Nerve setting in right now, you think?
Oh, definitely. You know, once that cage locks, there's no backing out. They signed up for it. They signed the waiver. Now it's time to just get it on.
All right, and get it on. They are about to do. The cage door is closing. The referee, Tom Supnett, is giving his cue. And ladies and gentlemen, we are underway with the first fight of the evening. Both fighters squaring each other up right now. And Sonny Silva, quick takedown on Josh Oquendo.
Really good takedown. So now we got the close guard happening. What's happening is Josh Oquendo is looking for, now he's looking
Sonny
to get
Silva
up.
all
Oh
over
my
Josh
gosh.
and back down on the floor. Sonny Silva in firm control of this fight right now.
Right, he's got a really strong wrestling base, you know, from Twin Falls. There's a double leg attempt. We got some knees going on. Right now they're in the clinch, and they're just wrestling for underhook position or for the takedown.
So right now you've got a couple of knees going back and forth, some fists flying, but as you said, kind of jockeying for position. So is that really what they want to do right now? They've got that first blast out of the way, just kind of settle things down and really try to maybe slow the fight down for a minute?
Right now they're looking for head position and just to put their weight on the guy and really just start to impose their dominance. So we have the takedown now and the closed guard, and the closed guard a lot of times is not that good when you're next to the cage. So he's doing the right thing by just trying to get his head away from the cage. That's what he's looking for.
And right now, again, Sonny Silva all over Josh Oquendo. Josh still holding his own, throwing the punches when he can, but it seems right now that Sonny Silva is not necessarily having his way, but getting what he wants better than Josh is getting.
Exactly. And you see Josh, he's trying to look for sweeps. He's looking for wrist control. He climbed a close guard a little bit earlier, a high close guard, looking for some subs. But now when that's not working, he's pulling the cord and he's trying to just get up. But Sonny is just all over him. There's two hooks. That's one of the most dominant positions in ground fighting. It's really hard. You can't see the attacks coming or the punches.
And of course, ground fighting, one of your expertise there, so we'll hear a lot about that this evening. A minute 10 left in round number 1 of our first of 3 rounds in this fight. Josh Oquendo. He's going for probably a rear naked choke there is what he's looking to get for.
He's going to look to ground and pound here in a second. Now he's in mount. You know, it's easier to deal from mount than from the back. So when he was bellied down, he did the right thing in rolling to mount.
And again, Josh looks like he's struggling right now, maybe not as conditioned as well as Sonny. Sonny's still in very firm control of this fight as we approach the final 45 seconds of round 1.
Sonny's looking good, wrapping up the arms of Josh, trying not to absorb any undue damage. And, you know, so see how he's controlling the arms.
Yep.
And so he's not
finally
really
getting some of those punches in that he's been trying to get in from the back, now on top in a more controlled position.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're wondering why Mitch is alongside, A, we're good buddies. B, he really knows what he's talking about. So very happy to have him along as we get to the final 15 seconds. Round 1, again, both guys still jockeying for position right now. Sonny Silva, if you're going to score this fight right now as we hit the last 10 seconds, probably definitely in control of round 1.
Right, I would say, you know, the last 30 seconds does leave
Couple of heavy hits there.
Right.
As we end the round, Josh Oquendo, about 3 or 4 hard hits on Sonny Silva. Great way to start the night of fights as we look at some of the replays. What is Sonny working on Josh right here?
So he's got the hooks in. He's looking for a rear naked choke. And what Josh is trying to do, he's trying to get out. He doesn't want him on his back. So rolling down, bellying down like that was a mistake right there. He needs to look towards the sky next time and escape out, not belly down. So now he's doing the right thing, going back to mount. But he's absorbing damage. You know, sometimes you just got to go through the fire and take it just to get out of that position.
So if you're scoring this fight, how do you give this round? Who do you think takes on it?
Definitely to give it to Josh. He had more takedowns. He had more dominance. He was on top, ground and pounding more just because Sonny.
Okay.
Sonny was way more dominant. But Josh, you know, he did steal the last 30 seconds, minute of the round. but that's not going to get it done in the judges' eyes if they know what they're looking at, and they do.
And if you're watching online on YouTube or on Cable 1 Channel 17, we invite you to follow along and join in the conversation on social media tonight by using the hashtag FrontSTFights. That way we can see what you're saying about the fights. We'll read some of those tweets live on the air as well as we get ready for round 2, and we are underway. How do you think we're going to start right here? Nice kick by Josh there.
The Twin Falls kid is just looking for takedowns. He's super dominant, and he wants to keep Josh's head in the cage, which takes away his spine and his power.
3 or 4 or 5, 6 hard hits right there by Sonny.
When you put their head in the cage, it nullifies their hips, and you can't keep the guy off you. So he needs to try to turn his head out towards the center of the cage to have any chance here.
Josh still trying to get out of position there. Again, Sonny still in control, has managed to land 4 or 5 big hits. Almost had back control.
He rolled him with a head and arm. And now he's going to lose it because now they're in the second round. They're getting sweaty. And just Sonny is all over him.
Still definitely keeping up that control. Maybe conditioning playing a little bit of factor. We're in the second round, a little over a minute into the second round, and we talked about, again, the nerves of an MMA debut. First time you're doing this in front of a crowd.
Right.
How much are those nerves gone at this point?
You know, my first fight, I wasn't as nervous because I didn't know what to expect. But my second fight, I knew what to expect and what was going to happen, and I got more nervous than my first fight. So sometimes being blissfully ignorant is a good thing. And so these guys come from well-established gyms here in Boise and Twin Falls, and you know they're not going to just walk into something or be ill-prepared. They know what's up. They train in good schools.
Josh definitely looking a little fatigued right now.
Now, Sonny needs to go to mount. Instead of the back, he needs to abandon the back control and go to mount because he has that top hook, but not the bottom hook.
And again, back against the cage. He doesn't have a lot of room to work with right now, so maybe a blessing in disguise right now with Josh.
Okay,
doesn't
you
allow
got the
a lot
choke
of wiggle
working
room.
in. You got the choke working in. But Josh is defending it pretty well right now, but it's getting deep. And I'm going to say, you know, this is getting pretty bad. But now he needs to give him mount just to get out of that choke. So he did the right thing. You know, he sacrificed the position to not let the submission happen.
Approaching a 1 minute left of round number 2 in our first fight of the night of Front Street Fights 4, presented by bodybuilding.com. Again, Sonny Silva still all over Josh Oquendo, and he's got that top mount. Josh looking a little bit tired right now. Sonny still has that tenacity. Maybe can't quite get to exactly where he wants to get to, but still in firm control of this fight.
Right, and this is the second time I've seen him use this kind of scissor sweep position. That's not going to work in MMA especially. The guys are too strong and too fast, and the game just is just at a level right now where you're not going to just scissor sweep somebody like he was trying. So he needs to try to either get up or put his head back to the center and work his ground game. But it sounds like his coach is telling him, hey, get up and get back to using your hands.
It definitely sounds like from what his coach is saying and what we've seen here as we hit this final 15 seconds. Josh may actually prefer to be this stand-up, maybe not ground and pound, but stand-up, fist flying as we hit the final 10 seconds here.
Right. You know, when you're in the battle, the heat of the battle, you always revert back to your strength. So obviously Sonny on top, he's strong at wrestling.
We've made it through 2 rounds. Josh Oquendo, Sonny Silva. Been a great fight to start the night. If this is any indication of what we are in store for later this evening, it's going to be a night of great fights.
Right.
And talk about what you've seen here. Again, Sonny Silva with the takedown, still in firm control of this fight.
Oh, and the reason why he got that takedown was because Josh threw a really lazy leg kick, and Sonny just picked it up with a single leg and ran him down. So, you know, he can't be throwing those leg kicks. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen when the fight, the third round comes. If he's going to go out there and play that patty cake with those really weak leg kicks, or he's going to establish a tempo for the third round and try to get on the board, score some points. But ultimately, the way that I see this fight is Sonny's winning 2 rounds. So
with that knowledge, you know, it's probably going to be in the back of Josh's mind. Does Josh literally just have to come out swinging and try to win this fight? Because it's going to be hard to take it to a judge's decision at this point.
Right. And from what I've viewed, what I've observed, is Sonny's a more dominant grappler, and so he doesn't want that fight there. So Josh needs to keep it on the feet. He needs a circle. He needs to not get in the clinch because Sonny's he's better in the clinch against the cage, better than Josh. So he needs to circle, tire him out, and pepper him from the outside.
All right, and here we go. Referee Tom Supnip gives the okay. Well, we are underway for our third and final round. The final 3 minutes to a decision. Josh going for a hard kick there, but still Sonny manages to get that takedown.
Right, and he went for a kick, but he actually got a knee. So now he's looking to do probably a handstand sweep here. Yeah, okay. So See, Sonny, it's just it's so sweaty right now. It's to the point where
Control is hard right now.
Yeah, you know, he should have maybe tried that handstand sweep earlier in the rounds. But now let's see if he executes a successful get up. He's not getting up well. He needs to push that head down to the mat, actually to the other side of his body, and get up.
And at this point, Sonny, all being on top, Josh seems to have a little bit more control, or did up until that point.
Right, exactly. But now, you got to hook in. Sonny's climbing that ladder.
He's got that locked in deep there. He's
really
got
deep.
this one. This
But
could be it. Is
this
Josh
could
going to be
be.
able to get out of it? He does get out of it yet again. Sonny Silva not quite able to lock that hold in all the way.
The only here's an arm triangle he's setting up, but the only reason arm triangle setting up
And
right
he's
now,
got it. He's getting that locked in. He's got control.
He needs to either there. He got out of it. But the reason why he got out of that rear naked choke just a second ago is because his back was against the cage. If Sonny's back was not against the cage, it would have been over.
And the fists are starting to fly there. A couple of hits from Sonny Silva on Josh Oquendo. Again, Sonny's got that dominant position back. He's trying to get some fists in there.
Yeah.
Full mount. I'm going to learn a lot from you
No,
tonight.
yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm going to start taking
Yeah,
notes.
you know. So he's doing good. He's got his arm in 2 or 3 times. He just hasn't finished the choke, so he needs to continue with that. His strategy's working.
Sonny Silva kind of looking like he's got something working here. Can't quite get exactly what he wants. Lets him go there. Still going back for almost a rear naked choke there.
Yeah, he's looking for an arm triangle right now. Let's see. Okay, so now we'll see what happens. So what Sonny needs to do is he needs to climb his legs from around the waist and get him higher. It's called a high guard. And then you're a lot closer to getting a submission from high guard.
And the fist starting to fly. Josh looks like he's getting a little stronger in this third and final round as he starts to get a few rights and a few lets in and breaks the hold that Sonny Silva has on him. Now it looks like Josh has that dominant position on him.
Yes, it's really dangerous when Sonny's there in that turtle position to reach behind and grab the leg because he's not protecting his neck. So, and now he's bellied down. So now the tables have turned.
And I was just about to say the same thing. It seems in this third and final round,
Hard
Sonny
punches.
has lost all the
Hard
momentum.
punches.
Josh coming in with 3 or 4 hard right hands, and it looks like Sonny is just holding on for dear life right now.
And Tom Supnant, the referee, he's checking out, making sure that nobody's grabbing gloves because that's illegal. Like
There's
if you grab
another
inside.
3 or 4 hands coming in with those rights there. Any way he can get him front, back, doesn't matter. Just trying to hit those hits. And definitely, as we hit the final 10 seconds, it looks like this one is going to go the distance.
Yep. You know,
Hard left hand there by Josh.
Unless he gets a choke, it's not going to.
There it is, our first fight of the night between Josh Oquendo, Sonny Silva goes to defense. Both fighters congratulating each other, which you always like to see the good sportsmanship. Now it's in the hands of the judges. We mentioned Sonny Silva obviously won the first 2 rounds. Safe to say Josh probably won that round.
Yes.
How do you see this one playing out?
So I see it playing out 2 rounds to 1. Sonny is way more dominant. It's just strategically, Josh didn't have the technique to really finish him when he could. So his only hope was pounding him out. And Sonny's just a tough farm kid from Idaho, from Twin Falls, and it's hard to knock those kids out. So here in the replay, he's bellied down. That's the worst position possible. But really, the money's in the bank right now, and he could take those punishment as long as he doesn't get knocked out, make it to the end. I think he's going to get away with the unanimous decision, if not split, for sure.
All right, and we are just waiting on the final tallies to come through from the judges. They're in the timekeeper writing down all the pertinent information. And again, great fight to start the night. And we got 7 more of these to go, Mitch. We're obviously in for a good long evening. And as I mentioned earlier, too, if you're following along on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you got, posting about the fights, make sure to use the hashtag FrontSTFights. That way we can see them live here in the arena. We can read them out on the air. And we want to know what you think so far about this first fight. Again, Josh Oquendo and Sonny Silva. As we wait the official judge's decision, there you see the hashtag live on the screen, so use that hashtag. We'll be able to chat with you over social media as well. While we're waiting for this judge's decision, a couple of interesting turn of events last night off the weigh-ins concerning the co-main event and main event of the evening. Both Benny Vincent, who will fight Cesar Sklavos, and Steven Seiler, who will face Brandon Hempelman, both of them came in overweight on their fights last night. Benny Vincent 5 pounds overweight, Steven Seiler 8 pounds overweight, and Cesar and Brandon both agreed to still take the fights, and the show must go on. What kind of drama does that factor in a little bit later? We haven't really talked about that when you come in overweight.
Sometimes it might mess with your head because the guy's thinking, the guy that made weight, so Brandon Hempelman or Caesar might be thinking, hey, I did all this work and blah, blah, blah. It's the thing is they're supposed to be professionals and supposed to act like professionals, and it's unexcusable to miss weight. And so when the athletic commission sees that these guys are overweight and whatever, then exemptions have to be made, and that's just, you don't want to see that. But the Idaho guys, they did the right thing, and you know what? They said, hey, let's fight.
All right, we are getting ready to head back into cage side. Ring announcer Britt Talbert, with the official decision in hand, is making his way in the cage. We are going to step aside for the official decision, and here we go. Almost.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to the decision here, these guys both making their debuts tonight. How about a nice round of applause for our fighters in our first fight here tonight? Great show. Well done. We are going to go to the judges' card right now. Judge Howard Hazelbaker had it 30-27. Judge Steve French had it 29-28. And Judge Randy Anderson had it 30-27. A unanimous decision. Fighting out of the blue corner, Sonny Short Notice Silva.